Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Relatable Game, and welcome back to another episode of All of Fabric 6. So, guys, I have been busy off camera. Extremely busy. So, the first thing you'll notice is some base remodeling. Gave us a roof. I redid the walls. I didn't really love the white concrete, so I decided to go with calcite. You get that at Amethyst Geodes. Um, been super busy, man. I finally got our biomass over here. Got that connected up with our entangled tank. We're overproducing it, so we got plenty of power. I did just upgrade this furnace with some more speed enhancers. I need to fix that corner. I also upgraded our flux container to a Mark III. Um, I have been crazy busy with uh, modern industrialization, as you're about to see. We have expanded quite a bit, so I'm going to run you through everything that I've done here very quickly. So I added a steel wire mill. That allows us to get different wires and stuff, which we're going to need to get into the electrical age. I also went ahead and turned them to where we can put barrels through the wire mill and the compressor and go ahead and just do something like this. Throw in, say, 16. That'll go in and make us however many wires, 32 wires. And I need to do that for some more of these machines. I need to organize this better, but this is what we're dealing with for right now. I've been working on getting some more rods and bolts for everything. Been way producing steel, just a stupid amount of steel. Oh, got some Invar dust in there that somehow managed to get into there. Um, I set up this. This is plastic production, so basic steam production, same deal as over there. Comes into a blast furnace, but instead of blasting steel, we've got this guy right here. Okay, so this guy, let's see if we can find out where the recipe is, because honestly I don't know if I remember the recipe. Here we go. Nope. Synthetic rubber, synthetic oil, raw synthetic oil. Here you go. So water and coke dust turns into raw synthetic oil. That comes in here, comes out as synthetic oil. Then that synthetic oil gets mixed with sulfur and turned into synthetic rubber. That synthetic rubber, right now I've just got it being stored, but you can also take it into a mixer. That mixer with paper, and that turns it into rubber sheets, which is used for making cables and circuit boards and conveyors and different types of cables and whatnot, and these capacitors. We're going to need this today. In fact, we're going to need this right now. So, I've been getting some stuff set up, and we're going to work on two things today. We're going to get this guy set up. Oh, this guy set up. I went ahead and made all of the stuff for the quarry. So we've got everything that we need there. If I could type modern. There we go. We've got everything we're going to need here. We're going to need, what all are we going to need for the quarry? Of course, we're going to need the quarry. We're going to need 13 steel machine casings. So actually, I guess I'm going to have to make 2 more of those. That's not a big deal. I've been batch crafting everything we could possibly ever need. So we're doing very well on resources right now. We're going to need 6 steel pipe machine casings and 4 chains. And then we're also going to need these item input and output hatches and fluid input and output hatches, which we don't need the fluid output hatch. I don't know why I made one of those. Or no, I didn't. 2 item output. Why do I? Okay, well, whatever. We'll use it eventually. So, that's going to be the first thing that we're going to use. And we're probably going to end up setting this up probably in the overworld. I don't even know if it works here in the mining dimension, but I'm going to go ahead and stick that over there, and I'm going to end up making another steel boiler to go with that. Oh, and we're going to need that as well. Yep, so that should be about everything we're going to need for that. But we're also going to need, we're going to set this up right now. We're going to need that. What else do we need? Oh, our Invar stuff. And then lastly, we're going to need to make our first analog circuits. So, I've made up everything that we should need for these. Oh, nope, I lied, I haven't. I forgot that I needed to make those. But that's not a big deal. So I'll show you how to make that. These wires is copper plates into this wire mill, and then you wire mill those into fine copper wire. So I'm going to go ahead and just throw these into this chest right here. And those will get turned into fine copper wire. We shouldn't need too much of that, or copper fine wire. And we're going to come over here, and we're going to use that to make those resistors. I believe it was, right? Yep. And we need coal dust. I think we've still got a little bit of that left. Yep, not a whole lot, but we've got a little bit. Gonna have to set up some better production for that, or just do some off-camera production of it. Make our resistors. I'll just make a few of them, and I'm gonna go ahead and make a bunch of those because we've got everything that we need for it. And I'm gonna go ahead and make 3 of those. Don't really need 3, but it gets us the quest. So that's awesome. Now we're gonna come over here. We're gonna make everything that we need for this. So we're gonna need, once again, another bronze boiler. Not a big deal. And we're gonna need, there's our bronze boiler. And we're gonna need a couple of these bronze curved plates. So that's gonna be 2 of those. We're gonna send those plates through the compressor, and that will make us those curved plates. So I'll let that run. And is there anything else I can grab out of here? Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn that into, some of that into bolts. And that's done. And now we'll be able to make our large boiler. Just like that. There we go. And we're gonna need a wrench. Hold that in our offhand. And I've already got a little area set up right up here where we're gonna be building all of our things for the next stage. So I don't know what size this is. Okay, so I think this goes on the bottom, if I'm doing this correctly. I believe, yeah, that's how that is. Alright, and then we're gonna need, I guess we're gonna need input and output hatches, right? So I probably should have went ahead and made some of those, but it's not a big deal. I can go ahead and make some real quick. I might actually already have some, I don't know. It doesn't say what kind it requires. The main block you'll need, but you also need bronze pipe machine casings and heat-proof machine casings. The controller goes on the second layer. Hatches must be placed on the bottom layer. Okay, there you go. So yeah, we do need hatches. So that's not a big deal. We can go ahead and make, what, we need fluid input and fluid output, right? So let me go ahead and make 2 of these tanks. And we'll need 1 more machine casing. Go like that. Turn 1 of those into an output. Hop back up here. So those can go, well, they'll go like this. Fluid input and fluid output. Then I think the rest is just putting these around here. Use my wand for that. And we ran out. Alright, well, I guess we needed some more of that. let me make up a little bit more real quick. Make that guy up right there. I'll go ahead and throw those heat-proof casings back in there. That should be that guy made, as far as I know. And then I also made something else that we're going to need to put to use here real quick. I thought I made, oh, it's in this bag. That guy right there. We're going to go fluid. Sure, white fluid pipes. That's fine. This guy should, if all is correct from what I've seen on YouTube. Yes, it'll connect. Okay, wonderful. I placed it in the wrong spot though. It needs to go right there. That'll go like that. That'll go like that. And that'll connect into there. And there's our bronze boiler, or our large bronze boiler. And I should have made an item pipe because we're going to need, or an item input hatch because we're going to need that to put coke in there. So let me get that up real quick. Alright, so we've got that guy set up. We've got it connected to water, and we can just put coke in there whenever we need it. I'm going to leave that for right now. We're going to come back to that later in the episode, but I do want to get that quarry set up, so we're going to need to actually make another one of those boilers that we just made. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade this one up to steel once we get it made. I think we've got everything we need. I'm going to have to make some more of those bricks here soon. Yep, just use our last ones. And I think I've got one more steel upgrade kit. Yep. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this up to a steel one. I don't think I really need to, but I'm going to. And then if I've got enough, which I don't think I do, I'm going to have to make some more white concrete. Yeah, here, I'll show y'all actually how to make what I'm trying to make here. Let's see if I can show you what I'm trying to do here. Yep, this is what I'm trying to make. This sink thing that I just used. Very easy to make. Just a white concrete and gray concrete. So let me get another one of those made up real quick. Alright, so let's get this thing set up, yeah? What do we think? So quarry goes, okay, I did it right. Quarry goes on the bottom, but we're gonna have to move this floor down one. That's okay. This is just a little area below our base that I set up for us to put this in here. And just below our floors, our mines right down there. So this will be perfect. Alright, so quarry will go, we'll say right there. And then everything else can go next to it. So let's get this guy built. So that looks like that's machine casing. And these item input hatches can go anywhere, but I want to put this fluid input hatch right there. Item input hatch, I'll put at the front. Or that's item output. So I want output on the left, or on the right, I mean. Input right there, output right there. Machine casing. Machine casing, machine casing, machine casing. One less machine casing. These guys go there and there, and then it's just chains up the middle. Oh, they've got to be up and down. Like that. And now all we should need to do is hook this guy up with some steam. Should be active. Yep, says active. And now I just throw these bronze drills in right there, and look at there, we've got our quarry. So we'll see how this works. I've never used this one. It's definitely not the best of quarries out there, but these are the things we can get from the one we're using right now. Pretty nice. I mean, definitely want the tin because we don't have a whole lot of tin, and the silver, that's huge, but we're about to finish our first cycle, so let's see what we get out of it. I don't know if you get 100% something out of each one, but there you go, we got a piece of copper. So I'm gonna go back and get a barrel or something to put next to it, or a big chest, and we'll just let that run for a while. It's chunk loaded, so we'll see. Alright, so we've got our first couple ores out of here. Got a chest set up. See what we get out of this next one here. Alright, so yeah, it's not 100% of getting something, but the good thing is these guys usually last a pretty good while. I think, yeah, consumption chance 4%, so we should get a pretty good bit out of that half stack of those that I made up. So let's make a move on to getting into the electric cage a little bit more. So I'm cooking up one last thing here, and I did want to come and show y'all this. This should make what I need. Yep, battery alloy dust. So we're gonna need these battery alloy ingots. That's made with antimony dust and lead dust combined in the mixer. It's a 1-to-1 ratio for both of those, and it looks like you get 2 battery alloy out of each of those. So we're gonna need a little bit of that so that we can make these machine holes, because we need redstone batteries, and that requires those. But I'll be back whenever we're ready to start getting into some crafting and putting some stuff together up top. I think we're ready to start getting into making this low voltage steam turbine, which is what we're going to need to get into the electric cage. So I'm going to go ahead and make a couple of these different components. Hopefully down the road this will get a little bit easier. We'll be able to automate all of this with assemblers, which we're getting very, very close to being able to make. So we're going to need a couple of these rods there. We're going to need some more tin cables, so that's pretty easy. And what all are we missing? So we're going to need 2 of these. And this is the guy that we needed those battery alloys for. So we're going to need 2 of those guys. And let's see, you're going to need 1 steel machine casing. Oh, we don't have the gear. Going to need that. I'll go ahead and make 2 of them. Going to need that. Gonna need that, and 1 more analog circuit, and that should allow us to make our very first low voltage steam turbine. We're also gonna need some more of these tin cables. That'll allow us to actually move the power that we're gonna be producing. But probably to start off with, we're just gonna put it next to the machine and connect it up to steam. So really we're going to need more of the glass, or the fluid cables, which I think we've got a decent amount of. Yeah, we've got a little bit. The first machine that I would like to make is the electric mixer, which we should pretty much have everything we need to make. Gonna need, I think, 1 more of those. That'll make us 2 of those. Go ahead and make 1 more motor. And what this guy will allow us to do, I'll show you real quick, is make double netherite, basically, whenever we're making up netherite. So that is awesome. Gonna need another one of those guys. So let's see. Oh, gonna have to go get my plates out of here. So I'll tell you what, I'll go ahead and make this machine up, and we'll get it set up together. Alright, so we've got our electric mixer now. Should be able to pop up top and set that guy up and see how we're running. So for right now, I'm just gonna, I'll actually go ahead and set up a barrel like I have with the other machines, because I would like to try and I want to try and organize this as we go better than I did the bottom layer. I know the bottom layer I didn't do a very good job of organizing, so I want to try and do a little bit better at that, but we'll see what we can do here. So we're gonna go barrel right there, mixer right there, and actually we're gonna have to get lubricant. Well, no, we won't need lubricant for that. The lubricant is for the other thing. Never mind. Alright, I'll just throw that guy right there for right now, and see if we can get it to face that direction. Yep. I don't know if that necessarily matters, but that's what we're going to go with. And then we'll hook that guy up to some steam, just like so. So I should be able to click that, have that pull out, and boom. That guy is getting steam. It is producing energy, and this guy's got energy. Look at there. Alright, so last thing. Set up an item pipe right there. Set up that guy right there. Have that set to pull, push. And make sure, this is something I learned today. Make sure that both sides are set to either blacklist mode or have your item in whitelist mode, because the item pipes by default are set to whitelist, which means nothing gets pulled. But that should be good. So the last thing I want to show y'all that I did off camera is I did a little bit of nether mining with beds, which is a big reason that I made our sheep farm over there. But I got us some netherite. Got some netherite scraps going on right now. We're going to need to take some gold. Should be able to take this up there and get a good output of netherite from this guy. So let's see what we can do. Throw that in there like that. That should work. Should pull everything into there. I just want to test to make sure our setup works. I didn't really have to put it in through there. I just wanted to make sure it was working right. But yeah, it looks like it's doing the right thing. We're making 2 netherite instead of 1 netherite per 4. And then I can set this to extract to the bottom. Auto extraction. And there we go. We're making netherite just like that. And that should get us a decent bit. It's not going to get us a whole heck of a lot, but it'll get us a pretty good bit. And I don't know if we're going to put that to use today necessarily, but what does that do? 4 armor? That's not bad. But it'll definitely be useful along the way, because like the armor from Industrial Revolution, if I come over to tools and armory, or you can also make different types of netherite. You can make the advanced netherite like my sword, but this is what I kind of want to work towards right now, is this modular armor, which requires netherite, but it also requires these cores of modularity, which are like super expensive. So we'll see where we get with that, and eventually down the road, of course, we're going to get the quantum and all of that good stuff, but we're not even close to that right now. So that's pretty much all I wanted to get done for that. I think the next thing that I want to do is I want to work on automating Certus quartz. I set up down here with our storage, I set up this just to get some to be prepared. But I want to set up an automation for it, so I'm actually going to go ahead and pick that stuff back up. Let me get, nope, not that, brown, there we go, brown terracotta. So let me get that and pick these guys back up. And I have a magnet somewhere that I'll have to use to get that. We'll worry about that later though. I'm going to probably expand it over here maybe and set up our automation. I'm going to be honest, it's kind of a complicated process. I'm not going to bother putting all of it on camera, but I'm going to link to a couple videos that will help you tremendously in getting it set up, because I know I couldn't explain it as well as they will, because I'm going to be following them as I build it. So I'll be back here in just a second, and hopefully right here we will have some nether quartz production. We've got it all set up. Like I said, I will link a video in the description, because honestly, half of this stuff I don't really understand the mechanics of. I actually followed a tutorial on it. Shame on me, I guess, for not making my own design for it, but it's something to do with subnetworks, and I haven't used applied energistics in quite a long time. I've been using refined storage for a while, so I've kind of forgotten how all of that stuff kind of works. But basically, it sends in flawed budding Certus quartz into here. Those get placed through this, through this down here. You can't see it, but there's a whatever the one that places it's called. Places the flawed budding Certus quartz. Stuff grows on it, and then once it's a regular Certus quartz, because it'll go down to chipped and then regular, that'll get put into this barrel, and so will, as this grows up, it will be taken out Certus quartz crystals, which will also go into this barrel, and then out of this barrel, those get sucked into our regular system. I need to put a facade right there. But that gets sucked into our regular system and put right here. And all we have to do if we need Certus quartz dust instead of crystals is right here. I can just change that. I can just click that out and it'll turn it into making dust instead. So yeah, it's a pretty nice system. Like I said, I will link a video in the description that will have some help building it because I'm not the most help. If you want to, you can look at it and see if you can figure it out. I'll give you that real quick there. But otherwise, that's all I really can do about it. This was just my little chest for stuff. I hope y'all liked the little design for the room here. I thought it was kind of applied energistics theme. This is kind of fluix crystal colored and the sky stone bricks and all. I thought it looked kind of neat. The transition's kind of awkward, but I can work on that at some other point. But honestly, guys, I think that's probably gonna be it for this episode. I really don't have a whole lot left. We got a little bit into the electric age. I'll probably work a little more into that. Maybe get a couple machines going off camera. But as for right now, that's all I got for y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed, and I will see you in the next episode. Peace out, guys.